All right, so now we're going to be talking about the magic box part of that bottom toolbar right here, this little guy here, and what it has to offer you. Okay, so this is inside the ViewSonic My Whiteboard program, and we're looking specifically at this now magic box. So if I click on that, you'll notice a number of things happen. I get this opens up and it looks for the ability to open a file. Okay, so with the magic box, I can open a file. You'll notice that it will show me all the compatible file types: any image file, video file, audio file, PowerPoint, doc, PDF, text, VBoard, flip chart, notebook. So any file that I can open up and pull up here, I can do that. Okay. I also have these little sticky notes. If you click on one, it'll open up nice and big. You can click on text and type on the sticky note. You can also use a pen, eraser, so you could draw on the sticky note. And the cool thing about that, once you log out, that sticky note goes to your desktop. Okay. So you can imagine if we were in a collaborative mode, someone would be able to come up and work on that particular problem viewing just that sticky note. So you could have different sticky notes and have kids grab a sticky note and work on a problem or things like that. And remember, we have our eraser tool. So when I'm done with something, I can clear it off. So I was inside the magic box. There's the sticky notes, 4 different colors of sticky notes. The really cool one here, you have this tool option. Inside this tool option are a number of things you might want to use. Okay. And my recommendation is always play with stuff. Worst case scenario, you close the program out, reopen it, and start over again or delete everything. So you can't really break it. So the best thing you can do is play with these things and learn how they all work. Okay. You have a clock. You can stick out a clock. You'll notice as soon as I did that, it pulls up the actual time that is on the computer, but I can adjust that clock. So if you're working with kids on time, you can adjust it. There is a shuffle button, which will just kind of shuffle the time at random. Again, if you're working with a kid on time, this will remove the face numbers. So you can have it without those face numbers. And when you're done, there's an X that just closes it off your thing. So you can play with that clock. You have a stopwatch. Okay, so if I hit play, it's going to do the stopwatch thing. You'll notice here, I can adjust. So I could say that I want a time on there. Come back and hit play, and this way it'll count down instead of counting up. So you could use this to count down minutes or time or whatever in your class or on your whiteboard. So you got a variety of different things. And again, when you want to close it, you just hit that X and it closes it out. So you got the time, the clock, and the timer or stopwatch. You have a ruler. One of the coolest things about the ruler, in my opinion, is if you grab a marker from your whiteboard, I grab a marker, come up here with that marker or pencil, choose a color, and you come to the bottom of the ruler, it'll do an automatic straight line nice and easy. So if you need to put a straight line on your whiteboard and you're worried about it, you can use your tools, throw a ruler out there and draw a straight line. One of the other things is that it will allow me to turn it. So I can grab it and turn it and from either side. So that I grab that side. If I come over here and click, I can grab this side here where the little red adjuster is. And you'll notice when I do turn it, the angle or degrees change. So it'll tell you the degree that it's at as well. So you can then draw angles and say that that is a 7-degree angle from the other one. So that is kind of a cool thing. The other thing you can do is you'll notice that I had it set for inches, or I can measure inches, but here I can switch that down to the metric side of the ruler just by hitting that. So that's the ruler tool. Okay, and again, I'm going to use my eraser and clear off my board here. That's in the magic box. In that tool, you have a ruler. You'll notice that I have a square as well that I can throw up, and it also does angles and things like that. I have a protractor and compass that I can put up. There are the two of those. And again, you can have your straight lines and do turning it to measure angles. It will let you resize it as well. So you can grab it and resize it, and you can turn it to get different angles from where you started. So yeah, pretty cool. And there's a full one. You can come out to full view. Here is your other one. You'll notice when I grab the pen, I can draw with it. So I can draw that, and you can adjust it. Oops. And then come out and draw. So the tools are all here. Math teachers, I know, are going to love some of those tools. You have a calculator you can throw up. I want to show how a calculator works. And throw that up and use an actual calculator. You have an XY axis, which then you can use to show graphs. And again, I can put the ruler or grid paper, different things on there that you can use or not use. And I believe you can then put a line, multiple lines, and demonstrate all your math stuff there on that. So really cool tools. And again, like I said, play with the ones that you want to see, want to use. That's the best way. Other tools, we have that one. Oops. You have a math input panel. This will allow you to put in actual math formulas and write them here and input them in. So that's a math input panel there for you. Like I said, I know this is a math teacher's dream. I have not used this one. Let's see, upload an image. So you can have a title question here, question content here, your answer there. So it's almost like a little flashcard here that you can use. Haven't used that one before. There's a dice, and you can roll that dice. There are settings that you can adjust and change. So you can have letters, put in your own thing, have a dice there. And you can throw out more than one die. So you can roll multiples and have different things there for math or calling on students. There is a magnifying glass, and anything when you drag this magnifying, oops, click the wrong thing. Love when I do that. Open back up my magic box, go back to the tools, click on the magnifying glass. When I drag that magnifying glass over something, you'll see it magnifies it. And I believe on the settings, you can choose how much you are magnifying it by. So if you want to go over that, you have the magnifying glass, show how that works, or highlight things with it. You have a spotlight, and this one will allow you to put something in and spotlight it and not show everything else around it. So if there was a problem on my whiteboard, I can spotlight it up, talk about the problem, and then have the answer below it, and kids wouldn't see the answer until I removed that spotlight. You have also the curtain. The curtain can come up here and cover things, and then you can move it out of the way. There are some settings to the curtain. There's the original place, the full screen, that's what covers the full screen, or I can specify a particular area I want covered. And again, so that they couldn't see something like an answer to a problem or something like that. And there are settings and things you can change to that as well. Okay, so lots of different tools inside the mathematical toolbar there. Here we have web camera. Remember I said that all of your computers will come with a webcam, or your document cameras come with one. But within this whiteboard, I could select this and it'll open up my webcam. It's not going to find it right now because I'm using an in-screen Castify, but it would actually open up my webcam right here and allow me to record as part of this program. Okay, so I can use a camera that's associated with the board. And speaking of that, I have, oh, it wasn't in here. That was on the other tool, the capture tool that I already talked about with the webcam where you can record. Remember that you can use a screen recorder. So it'll open up here in a second. And this will enable you the same thing where you can do recording video or live streaming video and record yourself using that same webcam that we had here. So this would allow you to open up the webcam. And then I believe the recorder tool is here as well. So lots of different ways to accomplish the same thing. You have the YouTube clips, or not the YouTube clips. This is the ViewSonic clips. And here is an area that ViewSonic's put together that has a lot of educational videos that are all put in one area. And you can kind of search and look through a variety of collections. So there's like social studies videos that are already there, life skills, language arts videos, art videos, things that are already in these collections, or you can search straight out here for what they have. Okay. So this is an area where they are putting clips out that they think meet some of the different educational areas that you might be interested in. Okay. So that's the clips. You also have YouTube. You can search YouTube. One of the cool things about this particular search on YouTube using the Magic Box, I'm going to search YouTube, and I'm just going to search for Bill Nye because I know he's out there somewhere. You can find a Bill Nye thing. So let's say I wanted the electricity video of Bill Nye. If I click on it, it'll actually then open up here on my view board. So instead of having to go to a browser and play it, this will play that particular video right here on my whiteboard. Okay. So that's your Magic Box using YouTube. So if you know what you're looking for, you can search there. Here again is an image search. This allows me to quickly search for an image. I did this with the embedded browser on one of the other videos, but I can do this here as well. So let's say I'm looking for puppy. I search for puppy. If I find the one I want, let's see, a really cute, adorable puppy, I can then click on it, and I just double clicked and it shows up here where I can then move it around or do any of the things on the adorning menu. We talked about all the different things you can do there. I can adjust it, move it, but it's now part of my whiteboard. And when I'm done with it, I can delete it. So nice, easy way to grab an image if you're talking about something. I, of course, grab puppy where I could have said, you know, I'm teaching a lesson on Egypt and I want to show the pyramids of Egypt. I can search for those photos, quickly select that, and have that out there where kids can see that image, resize it nice and large to show them what that looks like. So quick, easy way to grab an image there that would go with language arts, social studies, anything you want to do. Okay, right there, that image finder. There are online widgets. I haven't used these too much, but these are widgets that you can install. There's education ones that are already in there and that you can install and use. This is throwing your screen. We're going to talk about that when we get to the networking, the pop quiz. We'll talk about that when we get to the networking because it enables kids logging in and taking a pop quiz. And the last one here is a poll or quiz, which again, when the kids are logged into your view board on the networking thing, you can quickly poll them with multiple choice, true, false, ratings, free response, voting, or random draw questions, and have them answer and look at the attendees' answers and everything there as a quick, easy way to poll kids. And we're going to talk more about that with the networking piece, which will be one of the last videos I make. So that's all about that Magic Box and everything that's in it. I think the most fascinating piece in here is all the math tools personally. But again, the YouTube clips and the images and different things you can do from here, the sticky notes, will enable you to do lots of different quick ways to get there, that little magic box. So hopefully that helps you out learning more about the My Whiteboard and your My Viewboard software.